Hey everyone, today is a really special video because I finally bought my first espresso machine. I've never owned one before. I'm the guy who always orders lattes from Starbucks, so this is all brand new to me. We've been wanting to level up our coffee game at home, so this felt like the perfect time. I picked up the light blue Ninja Luxe Café, and in this video I'm going to unbox it, show everything inside, follow the manual step by step to set it up, and then we'll do my first espresso shot, first latte, and test the milk frother. If you're a beginner like me, this video should help you if this machine is truly beginner friendly. So let's get started. Alright, let's open this up. This is my first espresso machine ever, so I'm paying attention to how beginner friendly everything is. Right on top, we've got all the paperwork, the quick start guide, the full instruction manual, and the recipe inspiration booklet. As a beginner, I'm definitely going to be using these. Here's your drip tray. It's actually kinda heavy. Here's your starter kit box, and inside it, you'll have one panel for your portafilter. Here's your assisted tamper. Next is your large Lux basket for brewing quad shot. And here's your portafilter. Next, inside the maintenance box is your brush tool for cleaning the burr grinder. It comes with 2 cleaning tablets. Here's the water hardness test strip. Here's the espresso machine descaler, and here's the cleaning disc. They also included a milk jug with a whisk inside for frothing. I love that the protective plastic came with a handle for easy unloading. That's a nice touch. And finally, here's the main unit, your Ninja Luxe Café. It has a built-in milk frother, which I don't have any experience. There's a nice hidden storage on the right side for your baskets, cleaning brush, and cleaning disc. On the left side, it has a built-in mount for your portafilter funnel and tamper. Now before I use it, I want to make sure that all the stickers are removed. I love that all drip trays are removable for easy cleaning. You can also adjust the height placement of the drip tray to match the size of your cup. Here's the bean hopper, and it's got some nice see-through cover, and the bean container is easy to remove for easy cleaning or whole bean replacement. On the left side, you also have the dial to control your grinder. At the back of the machine is the water reservoir. It's got some label to indicate the water level, and it's also removable for easy refilling. One thing I love about the milk frother is to be able to leave it in place and do its thing without holding it. But a lot of users mentioned that it's better to practice doing it manually if you want to do a latte art. I'm not there yet, so I'll keep using the auto feature for now. Placing the portafilter for the first time can be a bit scary and nerve-wracking, as it feels like you might break it since it was a bit tight, which is how it's designed. But after doing it a few times, you'll get used to it, and it will loosen up slightly, making it much easier. Now let's test the water hardness using the supplied test strip. My result shows one purple square, which corresponds to HD01. So when I first turn on the Ninja Luxe Café, I need to adjust the number using the center dial to match the number of purple squares. Next, let's add water to the reservoir and add Starbucks dark roast espresso beans to the bean hopper. Next, before my first use, I need to run a water flush once. So using the double basket installed in the portafilter, fasten it into the group head, turn the center dial to classic, press size button to adjust it to 12 ounce. Place a container 14 ounce or greater under the portafilter, and let's press the center dial. Now that the flush is done, let's discard the water, clean the portafilter, dry it, and proceed to the next step. So following the instructions step by step, next is dialing in the grind size for my Starbucks beans. Next, let's put the funnel with the double basket to the portafilter and insert it to the grinding cradle. Next, let's turn the center dial to select espresso. Let's match the current grind size to the recommended number. Then let's start grind. After grinding, let's tamp it down until it meets the funnel. Let's remove funnel from portafilter, place it to the group head, and I'm making sure that the orange dot aligns to the group head orange dot. Again, let's place the cup under the portafilter and start brew. When I was making this video, I didn't have a dedicated clear espresso cup and weighing scale, so for now I'll be using my regular drinking glass. After the first brew, the machine should have dialed in the recommended grind size for the type of beans I have, so now I'm ready to make an espresso. Once again, let's insert the portafilter under the grinder, and it is now recommending me to grind in size of 14, so let's match that and press grind. After grinding, once again, let's tamp it down. Let's insert it to the group head and let's start the brew. After brewing, I can't really tell what is really a good espresso and what's bad because I'm not that expert. But from what I see and smell, it looks strong and concentrated, and it really smells good. For the taste, it is a bit bitter to me. Now let's use the frother for the first time. I don't know how to do it manually, so let's just place the container, put the milk, select the type of milk, select the foam level, and do its thing. So after frothing, I made another rookie mistake. I didn't wipe the steam wand quickly enough, so it left a little bit of milk in it. One thing I like about the frother is that after frothing your milk, just return the steam wand to its vertical position and it will automatically purge and clean the tip for you. So after frothing the milk, I tried to test my latte art skills for the first time, but surprisingly, it is harder than what I thought. It wasn't that easy if you don't know the technique, and I ended up with the John Cena latte art. To me, I don't really care about the latte art for now. I only care about the taste, and to be honest, it didn't really disappoint me and my wife. I love adding a little bit of sugar on it, and it ended up with a good home tasting latte. So far, going through the full setup, dialing it in, and making my first latte ever, here are my quick beginner pros and cons. For the pros, the step-by-step manual makes setup really easy. The assisted tamper and grind recommendations take away a lot of guesswork. The hands-free frother is perfect for me as a beginner, and the hidden storage and built-in mounts are super convenient. For the cons, dialing in takes time, especially every time you switch beans. After 2 days of use, some of my espresso was under-extracted, but I figured out the fix. If the machine recommends grind size 16, I just go 2 clicks coarser, like 18 grind size, and that completely solved the under-extraction for me. And if I want more volume, I just lower the strength to 1 dot. That gives me more output without ruining the flavor. But overall, for our first espresso machine ever and a Christmas gift to myself and my wife, we are really happy with it so far. Even with the beginner mistakes, we still ended up with a pretty good tasting home latte. If you're looking for a beginner-friendly espresso machine that still gives you a bit of control to grow and improve, the Ninja Luxe Café might be the right fit for you. Links is in description. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.